All right, we are live for episode 52 of the On the Hunt podcast. My name's Elijah Winfrey, and joining me on the show are some familiar faces. In fact, we got a full house tonight as it is a Monday night football game featuring your Detroit Lions. We have got the number one Lions fan, Mr. Bobby Bless. We have got Reggie Funches. We have got Nate Rucker, and we're going to start off with Reggie Funches because he'll be with us the least amount of time tonight. But Reggie, I love the fact that you're still here with us, my friend. How are you doing?
Slow motion. Better than no motion.
I certainly agree with that.
I got a job performance review, so you know how that go.
So this is when they come in and they give you that $1 million raise and tell you, please stay with us, right?
Basically, that's exactly what it is.
You play hardball, Reggie. You get what you're worth.
Reggie, please. Yeah. Reggie, please. That's what they say. Reggie, please. Reggie, please.
Right. You're doing just well enough not to get fired, sir.
No. Come on now. This is where you tell your boss, show me the money. That's right. Hey, Bobby Bless, how's it going?
Man, it's good, man. I just put my whole days in a row for these Detroit Lions. I got off early today. I don't go back to work till Thursday, so I'm all in today. You know what I mean? I even got Elijah, I even got a jersey on the damn Ciroc bottle. This is no games.
There you go.
No games will be played.
Mm-hmm. Nate Rucker, you have got some hibachi sticks out, right?
Chong chong ching chong.
Oh my God! Now we're gonna get banned in China. Thanks a lot. Dang it!
Sorry for the mispronunciation.
A mispronunciation. Oh my goodness!
I thought he was eating the roast with some chopsticks. Like, damn, that roast tender, boy.
I look. I will in about an hour. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna eat it with the chopsticks.
Well, I've got lasagna on the way for me. That's what I hear is out in the kitchen at the moment. So I'm putting it down.
That's good. That's good too.
Anyway,
right.
That's good too.
Hey, we obviously got to talk about what happened last weekend, but we'll be brief about it because obviously tonight
oh my God.
The game. I did not get a chance to watch the game last weekend. I was at my grandfather's bedside, and we were watching the Falcons because that's his favorite team. And I was catching score updates, but I was not really experiencing what happened last week. So I'm going to go over to Bobby Bless first. Bobby, I want you to send it to Reggie. Reggie, you send it to Nate. Bobby, you go first. Thoughts on last week?
Oh, man. Just when I was getting over the shit, you're going to bring it back up, Elijah. See, me and Nate, we had a lie. We talked about this, so I already been through my therapeutic sessions about this. We got our butt kicked where so good that we know what's our weaknesses in our team. We humbled ourselves. Because I'm not going to talk about the game. Not in the game because I'm not trying to relapse back into that. But I'm gonna just talk about the effects of the game for me. Look, okay. I got kind of greedy and spoiled, thinking these guys is gonna win every week, no matter who on that damn schedule. I got back as a Lions fan. I got back as a Lions fan and realizing we need to be taking it day by day, like coach talk for real. But the main thing I learned that we got some flaws. We got a lot of guys, character guys that we do love, but it blocked me as a football fan from their flaws. Our team is deficient in the pass rush, and it's lacking explosiveness on offense, even with the guys we got. So that's kind of concerning to me. But hey, we gotta appreciate this thing. You know what I mean? We gotta get it back. Like Nate said, I know I'm still some of the shit you said, Nate. But like Nate said, we was 1-6 in the NFL last year at this time. Now we 5-2. So it's a lot to appreciate. Let's not go into panic mode. So I'm gonna give it to my big brother Reggie. And Reggie, if I was giving you a performance review, you wouldn't even have to show up. I already know what to put on the paper. You good?
Hey,
Reggie. Oh, Reggie there.
Yeah, Reggie's here.
Okay.
He's giving a face though. He's giving a face.
Okay.
Oh
I don't know
no.
if I got words
Yeah, see,
That-
Elijah trying to make us fall back, man.
for that trashiness last week. But in my head, I had to think about it. I said, we took a beating like that last year, and it gave them the fuel they needed for the rest of the season to finish off the way they were supposed to. It was a reality check. Teams are not going to lay down for you at all. If you want to play like the best, you're going to get everybody's best effort. So in a situation like that, you got to come prepared every week. And that's not just players. That's not just the QB. That's not just defensive players. That's coaches. That's everybody from the top down has to look at every week as another opportunity to take a step towards what we're trying to get this year. And, right now, after tonight, we could possibly be number 2 in the NFC. So if your goal is to shoot for the Super Bowl, which I believe our goal is because of the way we're winning, you got to attack every week, man. Got to attack every week. You can't have games like, so last week was so embarrassing that I'm just like, this is either going to be fuel or it's going to be the thing that make, everybody, take a step back. I don't want them to take a step back. I want them to be like, okay, that's an aberration. That's not real. Who we are is who we were before that game.
Right.
But it also revealed some things to me. Like, until J-Mo gets more consistent, we need another guy in that wide receiver room. It can't just be Amon-Ra. It can't just be Laporta. Reynolds is okay, but that's not the type of talent I'm talking about. You need another guy that can consistently deliver and make it to where you can't really be stagnant on offense. So, it's one of the things where either, something's got to shake on that front. We got the trade deadline coming up. Maybe they can make a move for a guy. I did want to throw something out there. A guy that I was thinking about. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. But Cam Sutton is having a really good year right now.
Nope.
By how terrible Denver is.
Oh, yeah. The Sutton kid for Denver, yeah.
And he's making consistently really tough catches. It's like, okay, this ain't like, my QB is making me what I am. No, I'm making my QB look good because he's actually been horrible.
You mean Cortland Sutton?
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm on the same page now.
Yeah. He's just a guy I've been keeping my eye on. I think they're gonna keep Jerry Jeudy. But it's just a guy that I was floating because I don't think, if people was talking about DeAndre Hopkins, he ain't gonna be an option after what Levis just did. So, just little stuff like that. You can tell that we need a little bit of help in some areas and we can really attack this thing for the rest of the year. But I don't know. How you feel about it, Nate?
Well, the trade part, I'll go to the trade part first. I don't want nothing on offense. I want us to focus on the defense because.
Oh no, that's a guarantee.
So to me, when you go and then you're banking on something, you need to go where your biggest need is. And our biggest need is opposite Aiden Hutchinson. Like, Charles Harris didn't play. You gave Pascal some time. You lack explosion at another defensive end. So you need to either you're going to get the pressure from the outside or you're going to get it from the inside. So it's either, for me, Brian Burns Montez Sweat, or Chase Young. To me, that's the only thing that's going to be of any type of significant impact. That's a person where I think that, hey, if we bring in right now, we become significantly better. And as we know, hey, yeah, you can keep moving Aiden Hutchinson from the left to the right, to the defensive tackle, to the deep, all that. It doesn't matter if you're not getting anything consistent from the other side. This actually shows just how impactful last year James Houston was. So, for me, that's the biggest need. Now, as far as the game, I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's not like the Carolina loss. Carolina was dog doo-doo. We know that Baltimore Ravens, as long as they have a healthy Lamar Jackson,
they're a
playoff team.
league.
They are a playoff team as long as he's healthy. True enough, they ran into a buzzsaw. You know, they got their ass kicked, which is fine. But again, it was something to learn from. You got to see where you truly lack. You know, so that was huge. Like I said, I don't think it's one of those things to dwell on. Look, I'm like Dan Campbell. I'm already off of it. So, I mean, you know, 5-2 right now. And last year we were 1-6. Where right now we win this game tonight, we go into the bye at 6-2. And we still got 2 games against the shitty Vikings, which give us 8 wins. 2 games against the pathetic Bears, which give us 10 games. Another game against the shit Packers, which gives us 11. So that's truly what I'm looking at, man. As long as I don't think we lose a game in the division this year, which instantly gives us our playoff berth and hosting the playoff game this year. So that's where I'm at with it. I mean, we're going to lose some games here and there. Nobody said we was going to go 20-0.
Yeah, but we better win them damn division games. You ain't lying,
but,
man.
Yeah, I can say. So, you know, we wasn't going to go 20-0. You know, it just doesn't happen. We can pull the Patriots. Patriots win 16-0 and then took a shit right in the playoffs. So, so again, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and roll with it and just, hey, on to the next one.
Eli. And to tell you the truth, we should be beating the Saints too. It really should be 12 wins.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's way more than I didn't even.
Y'all just talking about outside of the division. Like our only other two games the Saints
and then we still Cowboys. Have to play the Broncos. Don't if I'm mistaken.
And the Chargers. And the Chargers too.
Yeah. And right, the Chargers. You still got the Broncos. So I just threw out, you know, just our division. You know, that's 11 wins. We know we close out tonight, going into the bye. That gives us 11 wins.
So just to throw something out there, not to interrupt you, Nate, but just
you good. It was your turn. I'm going to pass into you anyway.
So the Lions only have one more outdoor game. Everything else is indoors. That one outdoor game is against the Bears at their place on December 10th. The rest of the schedule is indoors. And the reason why I think that matters is because of Jared Goff, and our offense in particular. I think we are built kind of like the old St. Louis Rams in a way, where they were great whenever they were playing indoors. Outdoors, maybe a little bit of a different situation. Not saying we're falling off a cliff outdoors because we have won outdoor games, but we're not as potent as we are indoors at this moment in time. So
and we need Marshall Faulk too. Where is our Marshall Faulk? I ain't seeing him either. But,
right. But hey, you know, he's coming. My point though is that we only have one more outdoor game, which should bode well for us. And as far as the trade deadline is concerned, you know, we have not seen yet, at least as far as I'm concerned, we have not seen Brad Holmes go out there and swing for the fences when it comes to the free agency period. And I think, or I should say the trade deadline period. And I think part of the reason for that is because we have not been in a position where we were truly buyers at this point in the season like we are right now. So I will be curious to see what he does, because he comes from a Rams organization that is not shy about throwing around draft picks. In fact, they had a saying for a few years there, F them draft picks, because they were going after
and look where the fuck they
whatever it was they needed. Now, to Bobby's point, okay, you can only do that for so long, and then all of a sudden you become a retirement home, and now you're sitting there with all these aging, used to be superstars, and now what are you going to do about it? But for this year's team, for this year's squad, I could totally see us swinging for the fences on a Chase Young. He's 24 years old. He has not really had a whole lot of success with Washington. I think a lot of that is more of Washington's dysfunction and his injuries instead of, him, his work ethic or anything like that. So I would love to see us bring in somebody on the other side of Aiden who's not a rookie, who's not going to have to sit there for a whole season, let the NFL come to him before he finally takes over. Get Aiden some help. Because right now, I think we were banking on Houston being there. He's not. He might be there later in the season. But right now, Nate said it. Everybody else has said it. Aiden's one player. You can keep moving him around, but he still only counts as one. And that's not an insult towards him. It's just we got to get him some help. So I definitely agree with Nate on that. I will say, to Reggie's point, though, about maybe a wide receiver. I think if Jameson and Jared had a better connection on plays that were not 30 yards down the field, I would feel a lot more comfortable with it.
Absolutely.
But right now, it's like Jameson, I'm not saying he only has one route. That's not what I'm saying. Because you got to look at the all-22 film before you start saying stuff like that. Because he runs his routes. He gets open. But the chemistry is not there right now. So what I'm saying is, if he had some more routes that they could hit consistently, we'd be fine. But when the only route he hits is straight down the field, yeah, I get where Reggie's coming from. A name that might be out there that wouldn't cost a whole lot as far as, draft picks are concerned is Donovan Peoples-Jones, who played at Michigan. I believe he's with the Browns right now, and he's not getting utilized with the Browns.
My boy DPJ. He's a
no.
He's fast, but he nothing against the kid.
That's
He's
not
just
what I'm looking for.
Runner too. He a one route
for
runner
somebody
too.
that actually did something.
Yeah, you just would have got the Michigan Jameson Williams. He only run one route. That's it.
But I guess what I'm saying is,
but you want to do something though. Something.
I think we should do something. But I think if you're going to swing for the fences, if you're going to spend a lot of capital on a veteran, that veteran better be on the defensive line. I guess that's where I'm coming from. If you're going to get an offensive guy, get somebody that don't cost too much, because you do have pieces. You just got to get that chemistry there. But on defensive line, we don't have those pieces. It's a glaring weakness for us, in my opinion. Now, hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Lions will come out tonight. They'll sack Jimmy G 5 times, and we'll be talking about, wow, okay, maybe it was just a one-game whoopsie, because the defense has been pretty damn good. But we'll see. But for me, I would be fine with Chase Young or Montez Sweat. I'll be curious, though. I mean, they got till 4 o'clock tomorrow to do something. So
how do y'all feel about Brian Burns?
I don't know enough about him.
Carolina?
I know that he was at Carolina.
Absolutely.
No, hey,
I told you, do my three.
Hold on, Nate, before you go up. That's Nate guy. I knew he was sweet long before he was even in the pros. Nate said he was ready. That's the guy from Florida State with the spin move, right? Then he had like a spin move.
Yes,
he been good. I don't know who we picked that year, but didn't we pass on him?
Yeah,
did we have a chance to get him?
No, they took Hawkins shit.
Okay, all right, but yeah, man, I'm cool with him. For real. That's something like he can just put him in and add water. We ready to go, because I think they're gonna slide more to Burns' side and leave Aiden Hutchinson 1-on-1.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
real quick, before we get into this Raiders game, which of course is coming up here in a couple hours, I want to stay on this topic here of the trade capital.
Okay.
How much are you willing to spend? And let's just, for the sake of argument, let's just focus on the defensive side, okay? But for those three guys, Chase Young, Burns, and Sweat, how much capital are you willing to give up? We'll start with Nate.
Well, number one, you have to start with the market. So, out of those three guys, where do you put them tier-wise with Leonard Williams?
Yeah, that's the guy that just got picked up by the Seahawks, right?
Yeah. So are they above Leonard Williams? Are they even with Leonard Williams, or are they below? So that's where your market is going to start. Because Leonard Williams, they were able to get him for a second round. They threw the second round draft pick out there.
A second and a fifth.
A second and a fifth. But no, just the top notch. The most important pick is the second. That fifth gonna be moved around 20 times before the draft. So, you look at that. And that's, to me, that's where your barometer starts.
Okay.
So Chase Young, injury history, you can definitely get him for a third. But the thing about Chase Young is his potential is fucking skyrocket. So you look at the second round pick. Then same thing with Montez Sweat, who another guy, Bobby will tell you. I told people, Matt, one of the best pure pass rushers coming out of college. He had his little his heart issue, and he failed. I was so mad. I'm like, dog, we could have had Jeremy Simmons and Montez Sweat in the same draft. But, same thing with Montez Sweat. You're looking at a guy who's going to get to the quarterback, doubled or not, who's going to run and harass and cause all type of problems. So you're looking at another second round guy, Brian Burns. I think Brian Burns, being as productive as he's been, you're leaning more, you can get him with a second, but I think to make sure you get him, you would probably have to throw a first in there. But that's contingent on if you're going to be able to re-sign him. That's the key. Because Brian Burns is a game wrecker. A game wrecker with that much speed coming off the edge. And he has so many moves. You saying 3?
That's what Reggie held up a 3, but we are going to toss it to Reggie now.
Go ahead, Reggie.
But real quick, before we
it's Carolina, dog.
Before we do that, though, Nate, you gave us a lot of players. You gave us a lot of picks. Give us one that you would go with. If you had to make a decision tonight, who you going with? And what
Brian Burns.
I'm going with Montez Sweat.
I'm going with Sweat.
Okay.
Well, you're giving up.
Well, again, only reason. Here's the difference. So, Carolina, number one, remember, they just messed up. Carolina's not going to have a draft pick where the Bears may end up with the first and second pick in this year's draft. So that's huge for them. Carolina threw everything to move up to get Bryce Young.
Yeah.
So that's why you put that in there. So that's why I said the thing about Brian Burns is going to be a 1, because they're going to want to have to try. They're going to try to get something. They know they don't have a first round pick, so they're going to raise that price. But Sweat, with his length, his production, and his ability to stay on the field and stay healthy, he plays the pass, he plays the run, and guess what, Bobby? He's a hell of a read and react.
And the other kicker about Montez Sweat too, he's already got 6.5 sacks.
Right. So
that's the normal.
That's
the normal.
Same question for you, Reggie.
The man has 35 sacks in his career. He's still only 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
With somebody like that, man, you plug and play. I ain't got to worry about ramping him up or nothing. Just cut him loose. Get him in, cut him loose.
And what are you going to give up?
Concerns me about Young, of course, is his health, but he has 5 sacks on the season too.
Okay.
So with either one of those guys, if they say second or third, something like that, run it.
Okay. Bobby, you've had a chance to hear from Nate and Reggie. What do you think of those 3 players, and what are you willing to give up?
I was thinking Brian Burns the whole time, but if Nate ain't going with him, I'm not going with him. Reggie the big guy expert, and Nate the defensive coordinator and shit. I'm rolling with them because mostly because if Nate don't want Brian Burns, and as much as he hyped him up before we in the draft that year, I'm rolling with Nate on this. So if it don't work, I can just say I was just following orders, you know.
Hey,
no, but honestly, any of them guys would be an upgrade. So we can't. I mean, it's more like because I didn't really speak on what I think we should give. As much as we Brad Holmes, he be pimping that first round pick. He always turn it into something else or anything. So that second round pick really ain't really might be expendable, if I can say. So first it ain't in the question unless whoever we get going to do some kind of re-signing. So I'm gonna roll with Montez Sweat.
Okay. You know what, fellas? My biggest thing is I'm just happy we're in a position to say get the draft picks. If it came down to it. Like he'll literally say that right now and be like, we're literally performing with young talent.
Yeah.
So it ain't like we need more young talent. If you say I can go flip this for a vet that's going to contribute immediately and make us better.
Yeah. I'm shipping. Hey, look, I ship James Houston too. As much as I like him, I think he's got a lot. I'm shipping James Houston and a second and a fifth, or a second and a fourth with James Houston. And I'm grabbing one of those 3.
So I am going to say what Nate Rucker was so close to saying, but he held back at the very last second. So I'm going to be the crazy one here. And I'm going to say, call up Carolina. And here's why I'm going to say this, okay?
Elijah, why did you do that, man? I was just over that, man. And then
listen, I'm going to bring you back in. I'm going to bring it back to the dark side, my friend.
It's going to be well articulated. It's going to be good. I already know.
Here's the deal. When I am playing Monopoly, what I always like to do in the games I play at Monopoly, and I promise there's a point to what I'm saying, I always like to look across the table and I form partnerships or alliances with people who ain't going to hurt me. And for the Lions right now, think about it. Is Carolina going to hurt us in the next 3 years? No.
Nope.
They're in a major rebuild right now. So you can give them a first. Chances are they're going to fuck it up. So what I'm going to say is give them the first. Brian Burns, you are going to put on a different shade of blue. Come on over, grab that Honolulu blue, and we go into the Super Bowl.
I ain't mad at it.
See, now
that's the only thing that stopped me.
That's
the only thing that stopped me.
Now, if Carolina was a team that I thought next year do something, then I would say no. Don't give them the gun to shoot you with. That's stupid. But they're not going to do nothing in the next 2 years. They were so excited they got their first win by scoring 15 points over the weekend. Like, that's where they are right now. And I really thought they might be something whenever they were building up their defense with Brian Burns and everybody else they had. But right now, all those defenders, they're kind of feeling like members of the Cleveland Browns from a few years ago, saying, well, we got Joe Thomas and we got Joe Hayden. We ain't winning any games. We're just getting older, but nothing's changing. Our win-loss isn't changing. We're just getting older and more bruised. And I'm sure Brian Burns don't want to be in that situation as an older vet in this league saying what could have been with my youth. So I'm saying go on a rescue mission and go save Brian Burns' career.
Time for a drink. Thanks, Eli.
Say what?
Time for a drink. Thanks.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
So I got another question. then.
Go ahead.
Another guy. It actually is another Carolina guy. We were talking about the other side of football to a wide receiver. Terrace Marshall.
I don't know much about him.
So I'm looking at some things, and this is what he did last year. He had an 88.6 receiving grade, which is really good. He had 6 contested catches, which is top 25 or top 35. And this is on targets 10 plus yards down the field. 2 missed tackles, forced after the catch, top 20. He only had a 4.2% drop rate. And he had a 117.4 passer rate when targeted, which was 20th amongst wide receivers. So you talk about somebody that you can get cheap. I mean, I remember I was getting excited about the cat from the Jets for a second.
Mims.
Mims.
Yeah. And I'm thinking this guy, he looking for an opportunity. You could probably get him for cheap.
So you still talking about Cortland Sutton?
No, I'm talking about Terrace Marshall.
Terrace Marshall's not bad.
Carolina.
Yeah, no, Terrace Marshall's not bad.
He was really productive in a short amount of time for them last year.
But you know who's a guy who I would really love to see, especially since we're talking about wide receivers? T. Higgins.
Who?
Oh, yeah.
T.
Cincinnati?
Higgins. T. Higgins.
I don't know how important he is, though. That's the thing. It's like
this is the thing.
I don't mean how
weird, man.
But
it's really weird. If you look at how they play right now,
he doesn't.
Burrow looks Chase Way, and that's it.
That's it. Like
and
Boyd that's what I mean.
He throw it to Boyd too. He throw it to Boyd.
And yeah. I'm not saying Higgins isn't a good receiver. Just to be very clear.
Oh no, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Is he somebody they're willing to part with because they don't even know he's still in the locker room, or like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
He carried them. Hey, listen, he was very impactful last year and was really one of the big reasons outside of Jamar Chase why they made it, to that Super Bowl. Because when they started the double chase, that's when you really seen T. Higgins at his size, just how good of a route runner he is, how he creates separation, how he uses his length. And what it did, with just him by itself, got C.J. Houshmandzadeh paid. He left. Mm-hmm. And then, you still got Tyler Boyd, who one thing he had to do was maximize single coverage. So, I mein, but that's just me. I was looking at a guy who's actually tall.
I get it.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I just, if we can only make one move, and no one's saying that we can.
Yeah. Oh no, we only doing one.
But if we can only do one, I'm saying go on a rescue mission and go get Burns. That's what
I got 2 more guys. I got 2 more guys there.
All right, and then I've got the inactive list for tonight. So as soon as Reggie does that, I'm gonna give you the inactive list for tonight's game.
So you got Lawson from the Jets.
Buffalo. Oh, Shaq Lawson?
Yeah.
Carl
Lawson.
Oh, Carl Lawson.
Yes. Okay. 49 pressures and 8 sacks last year before he got hurt. Okay. And the other guy is Daniel Hunter.
You mean Danielle Hunter?
Danielle Hunter.
Oh,
Minnesota's not giving him up. Even with
their current situation, your top wide receiver.
But they just won. Remember, they just beat San Fran. Had they lost, and then they won again, even with Kirk Cousins being out. So now their mindset has changed, which is why I took them off my list. Last show I said my 4 was Danielle Hunter, Burns, Sweat, and Young. But after Minnesota done won these last 2, and Danielle Hunter leads the league in sacks right now. Like they're not going. Had they lost,
so even with his age,
he's still that guy. And think about it. He's never really played with a dominant guy next to him or behind. They've always had competent guys, great linebacker play, but Danielle's never had a game maker on the opposite side of him. The best guy he's had was Michael Pierce at defensive tackle. Like, so it's no big thing. But I think that's done now. Had they lost the last 2 games, then yeah. But then you have to think about, are they really going to trade him to the Lions inside their division?
Well, we
I mean,
Hawkins.
we just gave him what's it called? That's why I was like, hey.
Right. Okay. We can look at that as a favor for a favor, but it's all about what have you done for me now?
So, dream scenario, dream scenario and inactives, okay? I'm allowed to dream, so I'm going to do it. So, my dream scenario would be go on a rescue mission for Burns and bring Sue home. And then let's have some fun. All right, but for tonight's game, inactives for tonight's game, there's some big names on here, unfortunately.
I know.
David Montgomery, he is not going to play tonight. That should not be a surprise. We kind of figured that one.
After the bye week.
They're going after the bye week.
Stephen Gilmore, cornerback, is not playing tonight. Jonah Jackson, offensive lineman, not playing tonight. Frank Ragnow, not playing tonight. That's a big one.
Frank and Jonah. Frank and Jonah is huge.
Levi Nzarike is not playing tonight. And Isaiah Buggs is inactive. The 2 big ones for me on that list would be Frank Ragnow and Jonah Jackson. Because we do a lot of our offense is out of the shotgun. So that to me is a little scary.
I don't know who's going to play
somebody
center.
else playing center, and they got to get that shotgun snap back to them.
Well, they shift over.
It's probably going to be Glasgow because you got to think about it. Graham played center at Michigan, and then when he first was drafted by the Lions, he had reps at center and guard here. So he's the most competent, well-versed, very good. I'm so glad he came back.
Didn't they have Frank Ragnow at guard when he got drafted, and then
yes, they did.
Was sitting there then. So
they did.
I'm not that worried about that position.
Yeah, right. So, but the only thing is that left guard where Jonah Jackson's at, they're probably going to go with the other guy, Awasa, or whatever the hell his name is. Awasa shit.
Say it, Nate.
Is what the fuck he is. Awasa shit is what he is. But you know what? Him and that, long as it's not Nelson. Nelson, if Nelson is out there, then we're going to see Teddy Bridgewater tonight.
As long as we got our guys that's on Max Crosby.
Right. I mean, but 9 times out of 10, they're going to move Max around. They're going to put Max on Decker's side. I'm pretty sure. They're going to put Max on Decker's side.
So we do have some comments coming in. Comedian Shay B says, "Hey family." We say,
"Hey."
Shay B. Marion Smith says, "Good evening, go Lions." Bobby Bless, Ohio.
Welcome, Marion.
So how's it going, Marion? We also have got 4 people watching currently. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I was a bad YouTuber tonight. I forgot to keep telling y'all that.
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Briefly, I want to throw in a plug here before we keep going on our obviously pregame show for tonight's game. We got more content coming your way on this YouTube channel. Earlier today, I edited and got posted to release tomorrow night episode 21 of Licorice Pizza. It's going to be about the band Deep Purple. I don't know much about the band Deep Purple, but I learned a lot from listening to Donnie talk about them. And then on Friday night, I've got another episode, been about a month since I've had an episode of this, but we got another episode coming up of Movies That Move Me. It's not a movie critic show. It's a show where I talk about the films that made me want to be a filmmaker. This Friday night, we're talking about the 1998 movie Godzilla and its marketing campaign specifically.
Yeah. Right. That's the one that was on. That was the first one that was on the Taco Bell cup.
Yes. So and we're going to be talking about how the people who made that movie were not allowed until the movie came out to actually show Godzilla.
Yep, I remember that.
Wow. We're going to talk a little bit about that in Movies That Movie coming up on Friday night at 7. But right now, we're getting ready for Monday night at 8:15. It's the Raiders. It's the Lions. I'm going to go around the room here. We're going to go to Bobby first. Bobby, you got a obviously huge game tonight, Monday Night Football. We're breaking out those alternate uniforms. What do you want to see from the Lions? What are your keys to the game?
We're gonna have to move the chains this week. Too many 3-and-outs last week on offensive wise. I don't even know who that quarterback. Who playing?
Jimmy
Garoppolo.
Oh, okay. So he's more than capable.
He gonna give you two of them. He gonna give you two. We just gotta catch him.
We gotta make sure we pressure him, make him go full Garoppolo. But the main thing is, we need him to go full Garoppolo tonight. So the main thing, shut up, Reggie. But the main thing,
that's a good one. Full Garoppolo.
Yeah, we need him to go full Garoppolo. Real talk. But I need to get that hat. I'm off tomorrow. I took these several off days on the road after this to be able to go get Detroit Lions, get a Detroit Lions hat, do video on the game before I can just be all in on this Lions stuff. So I just need a W. I don't care about the score, but if I had to pick, this 31-10 Lions. I don't know who next.
Reggie.
I got a reverse beating coming.
Oh,
after that beating we just took, I got 40-10. And my biggest thing, Gibbs is about to have the breakout game.
Yeah, I feel that too, man. For some reason,
I feel like this gonna be the game. You like, all right, we're gonna 50-50 this thing with Montgomery.
You better get 200 yards then, Reggie. You better get 200 yards and 4
I need him to go crazy tonight. Crazy. Like, all right, is we gonna trade Montgomery? No, I'm just kidding. But I really want him to have his first real breakout game. And I think it's gonna get doubled up. I think you see J-Mo with 100 yards tonight.
That's what I want to see.
I think you see J-Mo.
Secondary is that bad, so we can't.
They are that bad. But
their secondary is that bad.
To generate some quick chemistry before going into your bye week, this is the game to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say Gibbs, he's going to have 175 total yards.
Okay.
Damn.
He going crazy tonight.
I
got J-Mo. I got J-Mo with his first 100-yard receiving game. Well, not first 100 yards, but yeah, his 100-yard receiving game tonight. 2 touchdowns.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm going crazy.
Okay.
40-10. Nasty.
All right. And that's your show, folks. Have a great. I'm just kidding. We still have Nate and me to go, but that was great. I mean, I'm happy with it. Are you happy with it, Nate? What do you got after that, man?
That's like
Nate.
That's like watching your that's like
Nate. You see it? You see it blur?
Yeah. I'm saying it's like I don't know if I should even say this. It's like watching a porno and trying to go after Byron Long. Like it's like, well, how do you do this?
Oh man.
It's about to go down.
Oh, so my score is not as much raw banged as Red said. Pause.
Lower body strength.
Hey, Nate.
But,
hey, Nate. Banging the beat.
Jesus Christ.
Lions about to put a hashtag on that ass. See how many hits it gets.
It's about to be
Pause.
that. Like, they about to get such a beating that they gonna want to trade us Adams.
It's on.
You know what?
Why is Devontae warming up in the Lions locker room?
Come on, Bobby. Bobby,
I'm
take
done.
one with me. Bobby, see a shot, take a shot, damn it, with these two.
Gator don't play
Hold
no
on,
shit.
let me tap a little more in there.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready, Bobby.
I'm ready, big dog. Fire
You
away.
ready? See a shot, take a shot. Yes, sir. These two. God damn.
Love you too.
Okay. I look. I got a modest. I have a modest score, 31 to 10.
Is that modest? It's only 9 points.
No, but your 9 was like
nasty.
Yeah, it was
a nasty 9. That's a nasty 9.
Oh my God!
It was
nasty 9. Wait, nasty 9.
It was like
nasty 8.
Hey, look, it's like, wait a minute. My score is like, it's like Billy the Kid, and you pulled out John Wick. It's like, wait a minute. Body count's still the same, but it's worse.
Chickity boo. Chickity boo.
So yeah,
Sawed off shotgun.
Yeah. My score is gonna be 31 to 10.
Sawed off Mossberg.
We get our victory. We get our victory formation. And we just beat the hell out of Garoppolo. And then also, this is the game that we send another Belichick dum-dum back to their pappy. I think we beat the hell out of them, and Josh McDaniels gets fired.
There you go.
Eli?
See, not too far off of mine.
No. Yours is way worse.
So you will remember what I said back preseason. If you're a longtime viewer of the program, I said back when we first were checking out these schedules, I told you when we play the Raiders, they are either going to have an interim coach or Josh McDaniels going to have one foot in the grave and the other on a banana peel.
Yeah, that's where he
one
at.
foot in the grave and another on a banana peel.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
that's exactly
where we are. That is where
and
we are.
that's right where he at too. Dude,
so I think the Lions tonight come out, and here's what I need them to do. All right, I need them to not make Jimmy Garoppolo look like he
Don't
did.
You start that
play.
shit. Now,
listen, though, I'm not going there.
Hey, stop him. Stop him.
Pause.
Yes, stop
him. Pause. He ain't did none of that all year, and we ain't even finna do it into fruition. Every time you do this, except the last time you did it with Baker, we told him around, we shut his ass up. We did it with Jordan Love. But listen.
Geno Smith still good from when he said
right. So Eli, we not finna
owe him.
All right, Eli, we're not even we're not doing
I'm not going the direction you think I'm going. I'm not going the direction you think I'm going. What I'm saying is,
let him go, Nate. Let him go.
Is that our Lions, need to do what they're supposed to do tonight. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about Jimmy G having a resurgence or any type of crap like that. I'm saying don't even make it appear.
The dude that pays my bills is.
All right,
much love, big dog. Much love, big dog.
Love y'all fellas. I'm gonna give you a shot later. Go Lions. Right. Stole them this beating. 40 to 10.
40 to 10. That's what Reggie's saying. So here's the deal. All right. We need to take care of business tonight. We need to not even give the appearance that they are in this game. Josh Jacobs, he's a pretty good running back. We need to not make him look like a great runner.
I forgot about him.
All right. That's potentially an issue, Josh Jacobs. But what I want from this team is I want them to dominate from sideline to sideline, from goalpost to goalpost, and I want Josh McDaniels begging to get back on the team plane at halftime. That's what I want from this team. Reggie said 40 to 10. I looked in my book. I didn't even write down the score. That's how much I thought this was going to be an ass whooping whenever we first did this. So I don't know what I said before, but I know what I'm going to say right now. I'm saying 49 to 7.
Damn.
Detroit Lions.
All right.
With everything that Reggie said earlier about Gibbs, everything he said earlier about Williams, and I think Jared Goff gets out there and says, hey, when it comes to game managers, I am the one.
Shut the hell up. Oh, my God.
That's what I got for you. Listen, it's wishful thinking, but sometimes wishes come true. Just saying.
Eli and his one-liners, man. We got to work on your one-liners, though.
Hey, No, the bad ones, the best ones, Nate. When they bad, them the best ones.
Just like, hey, you could have a T-shirt. You got Jared Goff on it, wishful thinking, and then on the back, sometimes wishes come true. And Bobby would buy the hell out of that shirt. Bobby'd say,
"Hell yeah!"
Hey,
it's all about delivery. It's all about delivery, baby. It's all about delivery. It ain't about substance. Yeah. It's all about delivery.
I'm taking another shot of this pure tequila straight from Mexico.
But again, I'm saying I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to, be on that limb out there with Reggie. Okay? And I'm going to say 49-7. I might be way wrong. I hope not. But we do have a little bit more time here before we wrap this thing up. So I want to throw it back over to Nate. Nate, as far as this game is concerned, is there anything that the Raiders do that gives you concern?
The way
Adams.
Not
Adams detail route running. I'm telling you,
no, right. But he said anything that the Raiders do. Individually, they have guys that do things. You got Max Crosby, you got Devontae Adams individually. But the Raiders as a whole, absolutely fucking not. Like, I know Al Davis, like, he died saying win, baby, win. He meant like, look, just win a down. Like, can we just win? Can we just get a consecutive first downs or something? Anyway, see a shot, take a shot, Bobby.
Okay. Oh, real quick.
Bobby gonna be plastered before the game starts.
Oh yeah, that's the plan. That's actually the plan. But real quick though, Al Davis. I love the stories about Al Davis. He would just call the phone. They wouldn't even answer it to make him. That mean if I call his phone, that mean y'all better be throwing it deep on the next play. But he was a goon. Have you ever seen The Football Life with Warren Sapp?
Yeah.
He had mentioned that every time he called, he don't pick it up. If you hear my phone ring, that means you better be throwing it deep the next play. But I just want to give a quick shout out to my Uncle Tony. We got a bet on the line. Of a 6-pack. He's one of the biggest Raider fans, maybe the biggest Raider fan I know. He like them because they crooks. He said they always was crooks back in the day. So that's why he like the Raiders. He don't care if they in Oakland, LA, or Las Vegas. He go Raiders. And I want my 6-pack to be a 6-pack of Smirnoff, just to let you know, because y'all ain't got no chance. That's my closing remarks, Elijah.
So two things here, and then we will get to closing remarks.
So, okay, my bad, brother.
No, you're good. So two things. My favorite Al Davis story.
Yeah, Al Davis the man.
My favorite Al Davis story, because he is somebody that contributed a lot to the game of football. Like, no jokes, no whatever. Like, he did contribute a lot.
He believed in the black player. He was one of the first coaches to actually believe in having black players.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah, that's why I respect him.
But one of my favorite stories with him is a time where he maybe should have listened, because Matt Millen, and I know we don't talk a lot about Matt Millen, but Matt Millen brought in Jamarcus Russell for a pre-draft visit to Detroit. And as Matt Millen tells the story, Jamarcus Russell, as he's sitting there in Matt Millen's office, he keeps looking at his watch. And Matt Millen's like, do you got somewhere else to be right now? And Jamarcus is like, oh, no. It's fine. Well, he kept doing it. He kept looking at his watch. So Matt Millen kicks Jamarcus Russell out of his office. He says, get the fuck out of here. Gets on the phone, calls Al Davis and says, Al, I don't know what you're going to do, but I would not draft this kid. This was the experience I just had with him. Al Davis ignores it. Josh McDaniels wanted badly for them to draft Calvin Johnson. They ignored him as well. And they got Jamarcus Russell because of it. But we almost saved the Raiders and lost Calvin if he would have listened to Matt Millen's conversation.
Yeah. Because he wouldn't have got him. He would have picked Calvin, huh?
Yep. Because Calvin was number 2.
We weren't taking Jamarcus anyway. Peterson. No, actually, I think we would have went two ways. We would either went Patrick Willis or Adrian Peterson. We wouldn't even touch Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah,
I'd have took Adrian Peterson though. He was a beast.
But remember, but Patrick Willis was right there. So it was a mix, and they said they loved Patrick Willis too. And as we know, Patrick Willis retired early, but he retired
He was a
before
dog.
his prime and was still a dog.
Yeah.
He was a dog. He was a dog.
But
Patrick Willis.
the other thing I was going to say about the Raiders, one of my all-time favorite Super Bowls, and it's not because of how the game was, because the game wasn't that good. But I just remember as a little kid thinking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers logo looked so freaking cool, and the Raiders logo looked so
You was a
freaking
little
cool.
kid during
I
that
was
Super
a little
Bowl?
kid. Yeah, that was like what, 2000? I think that was 2000.
2002.
Yeah,
2002, man, that
2002.
was
So that I would have been.
that's my
I would
first
have
year out of high school.
been about 12, I think. Whenever that
Damn,
happened.
y'all
I was
young, man.
Yeah, I was 19.
Yeah.
I was 19.
But I remember that Super Bowl thinking, oh my goodness, these logos, these uniforms, they're so cool. That was before I ever really knew about the Lions. But I just thought those logos look badass. I still think they look badass, but hopefully the Raiders logo will be on the losing end tonight. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, it'll be a badass stepped on.
No, Lord.
So let's go to closing remarks here. We're going to go to Nate Rucker first. Nate, closing remarks, my friend.
Just get the dub. Just that simple. Let's go out, take care of business, get the dub, get Josh McDaniels fired. One pride.
Sure.
Bobby Bless.
Man, this is the time you enjoy being a Detroit Lions fan. You know, we're actually winning. We got a lot of optimism. We're on primetime TV. Man, since the season started, like I've been talking, like it's almost like I've been getting paid about the Lions, because anybody with a Lions a logo or anything, we talking about football, and I'm half doing my work. So Walmart been paying me to talk about the Lions a lot lately. But it's just good time, man. It's all about morale, even fan morale. Like I always say, me and Nate, it's all about morale with us. I'm just thankful for Dan Campbell, though, to be honest, because I think he is the guy
Everybody
that started
talking about
this trend.
fire Dan.
Yeah, Dan. If it weren't for Dan Campbell, I don't think we on national TV tonight. So just be thankful, and you're going to hear a lot of good things about Dan Campbell on this podcast. Believe it, because he is the man. That's it, Elijah.
So for my closing remarks, I just want to point something out to folks, and I'm not trying to take any credit for anything, and neither are any of the fellows a part of this podcast, but I do think it is kind of funny. We started this podcast, and then all of a sudden, the Lions start coming back, and they start winning some games. So I just think that's kind of funny. Here we are, episode 52. I feel a connection, a deep connection with the guys we currently have on the roster, even though I don't know any of them. I feel a deep connection with them because they started with the Lions about the same time this podcast started with the Lions. So I'm always, looking at that connection and feeling pretty good about it.
Did you hear the ESPN promo talking about the Lions on the hunt? They stole our shit. They owe us about a couple thousand.
Hear that. That's funny though. That's funny.
They said the Lions. The Lions and the Pride are on the hunt. So
yeah. But hey,
something like that.
on a real note, I do want to thank the fellas and Reggie as well. Reggie filled in for me on the last episode. It was much needed. I got a chance to go down to Georgia, visit my grandfather. He's closer to the end than he is the beginning. We all kind of know that. We've accepted that, but it was nice to be able to spend some time with him. And I am supposed to go down there again in mid-November to be able to spend a Thanksgiving with him. Hopefully I'll get to do that. But I do want to thank the fellows again for filling in for me so that I could go do that without feeling guilty about,
Hey, we tried, Elijah. You the man. No,
hey,
but whatever we got to do.
Don't try. Y'all did it.
We tried,
Elijah. I appreciate it very much. With that being said, hey, for Reggie Funches, for Nate Rucker, for the #1 Lions fan, Mr. Bobby Bless, for all of his lawn ornaments, and as well, I shouldn't say lawn ornaments, desk ornaments, for his Halloween t-shirt that I see on the screen. Nate, Bobby, you want to do one more shot for the audience before we go?
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I got this helmet. Oh, no, hell no. I'm fucking. Nate. I'm done.
No, see a shot. Hey, see a shot, take a shot, Bobby.
Good shot, take a shot. Let's go, fellas. I got my water right over here. Yeah.
I'm going to put water in this bottle this time.
All right.
No.
They're going to take a shot, and we are going to get out of here.
Y'all know what it
great
is.
Night of football.
Go Lions, baby.
Go Lions. Hey, this is the On the Hump podcast. Be good to yourself, be good to others.
We gotta take our shot first.
Yeah, go ahead, do it now. Go ahead.
I already turned up.
Do it up.
Oh,
Go.
There you go. There you go. We're all good now. Hey, On the Hump podcast. Be good to yourself, be good to others in that order.